Hello everybody, into Red Rum is Tony. Hopefully it's a short video. We'll see. It's like it's cold enough to like have this on, but then it's not really cold enough to have it on. And then it's also summer. We're entering what, mid-ish summer? So I was trying to find pads for the from the Honey Pot at the TJ Maxx that I went to, and they didn't have the ones I was looking for, so I got the ones that they had because it's so fun. And it's so funny because I actually just came off of my period, so I really don't need these, but I got them anyway because they were available. I didn't feel like using my gas to find anymore, and I didn't want to go to get a conventional brand. Like, I don't use them anymore. So I ended up getting the Honey Pot 100% organic cotton cover overnight pads. So these are the really big ones. I think it's the heaviest flow. It's the heaviest flow. It's like the heaviest flow ones, which is so funny. It's just so out of sync with what's actually happening in my life. It's so out of sync with what's actually going on, right? So I got these, and they're the non-herbal. They have herbal, not herbal. So I use, I use the Honey Pot, and this one is that size. I'll open it. And I've shown the other ones before, so it looks like this. So I am gonna try to venture into reusable ones. I do want to venture out into that, so yeah. But this is what it looks like. And then you like the little sticky part, yeah. I like pads. I just have never gotten with tampons. I also don't get with menstrual discs. I think, and I took a womb class, and there's something about like actually just flowing out, bleeding out, that I am okay with. And I don't know, I feel like I just can't do tampons. I don't want anything up there where it's just, it almost feels stagnant to me. So I am okay with pads. I do want to get reusable pads. I know that the menstrual cup would probably be the most economical because it's like you purchase it once, you can use it for however long, probably like 5+ years, and go from that. I just don't feel comfortable with it. And I kind of feel like my womb space down there is very sensitive to energy being blocked and just things blocking in general. So I will most likely, for the time being, invest in pads. I will try different pad brands. I did do the Rael pads. I think they call it Rael pads, but these are more commonly found. Those are an option, but these are more commonly found, and I actually just like the company a little bit better. So yeah, so this is that size. I just finished this pack, which were the non-herbal pads with wings. So these both have wings, as do these. So you can see they're confused. So this is the one, the heaviest flow. The next one down is this. It comes in herbal and non-herbal, I believe, for all of these. I got the non-herbal ones. And it's kind of the same format as this one, this size. It's just a little shorter, so the length is like cut down a little bit. For me, it actually helps because my thighs save lives, but my thighs also, yeah. It's like a lot of moisture, and I want to pull the moisture. So that's another reason why I use pads. Because I just don't want that on my panties. I'm sorry. Any little leak discharge that's happening throughout the day as my cooter is helping itself out, I would rather just put it on the pad and keep it moving. So yeah, I use these. Then I use this one. This is the one that I normally would use because it's less, it's more like a daily pad to me versus these two, the green one and the purple one. They come off more like you're actually menstruating. This one, I feel like you could do like a daily pad type thing. It's less, it's not as long. And the other part with this is that this opens up even wider. This part opens up even wider. So, is that now I wear the widest part in the front because when I sit and I move around. If I'm menstruating, it tends to gather based on my own anatomy towards the front versus, like, I know some people, if they sit down a lot, they're very worried about it leaking in the back, like having like a bloody back. But for me, everything is kind of more in the front, so I work with the front. This one does not have that. Doesn't have that little piece that you can put that the additional acreage, so to speak. So it would be a really good option for like your daily. I also have these liners by them. It's basically the same thing. Now this one is herbal infused out of all of them. I think you can get like herbal and non-herbal for across the board for all of these, but this one just happened to be an herbal one that I had, and I got it at TJ Maxx. So I am not a liner person. I kind of find that the liners don't stick. This is what it looks like. So relative to this, looks like there we go. So yeah, I don't really like liners. I kind of feel like, I don't know, on a daily basis I don't like them. I find that they don't stick so well for me. So I like the wings. I just like the wings. I like the yeah. So I probably won't repurchase these. These two definitely will repurchase. And then this one is just an off one that I just bought, so I'm just like gonna wear them until I run out. But yeah, so that's basically where I am with my menses. As far as my actual menses, it's going pretty well. Like, it's pretty consistent, as in it comes every month. It is fluctuating, as in like dates. I know some people are very consistent, like if it's at the end of the month, it's at the end of the month every month. And for me, that isn't the case. That hasn't been the case. It was a little bit more consistent earlier this year, and then it's still coming on. That's the goal for me, having PCOS, but it's not as stable as far as dates. I do feel like my ovulatory luteal phases are like kind of expanding, especially my luteal phase. I kind of feel like is lengthening for some reason. Like, there's something about this ovulation luteal phase that's lengthening, and that's throwing me off, because I know when I'm going to menstruate, I tend to, because your muscles down there are more relaxed, I tend to have to go to the bathroom more. I have to take shits more. Basically, I have to use the bathroom more, and my breasts change, like as far as like nipples and everything like that. Like, I can tell because it becomes sensitive, and then my nipples are like harder, longer, and they're like way harder. It's almost like pregnancy nipples, essentially. Like, if you've ever seen like in the diagrams and the pictures of people who are pregnant, like their nipples are really like, or where they're breastfeeding or they've had a baby, like their nipples tend to be very prominent, and that happens with me. So I already know when I'm in that phase. I know when I'm in my like ovulation. Like, I know when it's coming on. It's usually, I'm very emotional. I'm very emotional, and I am very negative. I'm very negative, emotional, bitchy. I know myself. I know myself. So I am tracking it based on my feeling. I also know that I like to eat meat a lot more when I'm on my period. I like to eat a lot of meat and I like to eat a lot of food. So these are just basic things I've learned about myself in my period. I'm kind of happy about that, but yeah. So what are your brands that you like? Are these available in your country? If not, what are you using? How do you kind of go with your flow? Yeah, let me know. I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks. Bye.